Thank you so much for coming back to another What Else Is Going On podcast episode. So y'all know how I start out. If you're watching, you may recognize this beautiful face that is on screen. And if you're listening, once you hear her talk, if you are a Bravo fan, you will definitely recognize her. She is the host of Reality Checked on Sirius XM. Okay, we are in Ken's Day. Okay, we are in the Ken's Day crew. Mama be coming through with the outfits, with the shows. She is so good that she got Tamra Judge shaking in her little boots. Okay. And let me tell you something. I had to tell her, listen, I was about to tap on the mic. Tap me in, Ken. Tap me in. Because I got stuff to say. Tap me in. Tap me in.
Tap. Let's go.
Y'all welcome our Black girl magic, LaKendra.
Thank you so much for having me, Taria. Thank you, girl. You look good. If you're only listening and you're not, she's gorge with 15 R's. I'm slumming it because this is your house.
And she's not slumming it, okay? And she's not.
I'm at your house. So when I go to somebody's house, I get real. I take my shoes off. I put my feet up. So I'm comfortable. But you look fab.
You have made my day. Listen, I wear all the things that I don't normally wear when I'm doing my ride share that I would love to wear. It's so funny. Like, I remember when I would wear like lip gloss every day and different lipsticks. I have like a drawer full. There's something about a lipstick that makes everything better when you buy that new lip gloss, and it's like, oh, everything is going to be okay.
Good old glossy lips. I'm like, I'm like Lisa Rinna, girl. I don't blame you for getting you some lips put in. You got to have lips. Got to have lips. I'm like Lisa Rinna, girl. I want lips like yours. You got lips bigger than a Black girl. I love it.
Speaking of Lisa, would you ever have her as a guest on your show? And if so, what's the number one thing that you would want to ask her? Like if she were to say, Kendra, I'm going to come on your show and I'm giving you carte blanche to say whatever, ask whatever. What would you ask?
I'm going to say, why were you bothering Denise Richards so much, girl? That was too much. It was too stupid. I didn't like it. And I liked Lisa. I'll be like, girl, I liked you.
She turned a corner.
Yes, I did not want to have to stop liking you, but you gave me no choice.
Yeah.
Because I like her. I like Lisa Rinna like long before Housewives. Like when wasn't she on Melrose Place?
Melrose Place, yep.
She was an A-lister at one point. So I was, I don't like it when they get too mean. Like I like fun shade.
It was going far. And even when she was trolling Lisa Vanderpump online and she was like, what face is this? Whose face is this? I don't recognize this. And then when she was posting about Denise and Brandy and she's like the Scissor Sisters, it was like, this has gone way too far.
You're a mother. Like, come on. You got two daughters.
Yes,
don't be doing all that.
I need you to do better than that.
Do better. Come on. Like, especially when you know that you were in those Depends diapers commercials.
For a check.
Like, for a check. So, like, come on, girl. Relax. Like, even when you were on the A list, you were, like, on the A- list.
Yeah, right.
Meryl Streep wasn't checking, you know what I'm saying? So like, let's don't get it twisted.
I love that. I'm gonna use that, girl. You on the A list, but it's the A- list. Okay.
You borderline B+.
Don't
rock your boat.
And now she's out here with these outfits and carrying on. I was like, I just don't even want to see her back on my screen. It's a little bit lighter there. The air isn't so heavy.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the new season of
Me too.
I want to meet this lady. How do you say her name?
Is it Bose?
It's like Bozeman.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like Bozeman. I promise. It's probably not pronounced Bozeman. But
right.
I'm like, sister, I am sorry. I'm from the country. I'm going to mess up your name a few times before I get it right. But I'm going to try. Because she was like a CEO of something.
So many things, so many big name things. When I saw her, I wanted to be like, wait, I can't do the high notes. So I'm going to do it low, but I'm a fan of the color purple. Sister, you've been on my mind, oh, sister. Because we need some more. We need some more.
And I like the diversity. And speaking of my sisters, I love Garcelle. But Garcelle, if you don't deliver next season,
come on.
babe, you're out.
You come on, yeah.
And listen, I'm telling you, the Bravo producers, they listen to Reality Check because whatever we want, we get. We wanted Phaedra back, we got her. We wanted a cash shakeup in Atlanta, we got it. And we wanted more diversity in Beverly Hills, we got it.
Yeah, you got to deliver.
You better deliver. You better clock in
and
work a little overtime.
I love our beautiful Black queen.
Yes.
I want her to hire a stylist and a wig master and that is all. I need you to, what are we doing?
I don't know. And it's disappointing because I'm like, Garcelle, you're in the beauty business.
Yes.
Model. And like, we've known you forever. We've known you to always be absolutely gorgeous.
Stunning, so yes.
To see you in a bad wig, it actually, like, the little Black girl inside of me cried. I'm like, wait, no, you were like my eternal jet beauty of the week. And
right.
This now. And you know, so yeah, and I don't want any more scenes with her boys. I love her boys, they're adorable, but I'm like, I don't care about them. Like, I want to see you, Garcelle, you're a beautiful woman, go on some dates. You need to be I want Sutton to hook her up with a nice, rich oil, like a man who owns an oil rig.
Yes, yes.
Somebody's good and rich, because I want to see Garcelle be able to just put her feet up and relax, because she's too pretty to be out here having to work hard. You know.
Listen, maybe Sutton don't know nobody that would date Garcelle's Hugh. All right. Okay.
You know, that's my auntie. That's my auntie. You know, I'm her one Black niece, and you know, I'll be ready with her at the country club. She gave me a guest pass. I'm
gonna trust you, Kendra. I'm gonna trust you. Well, speaking of, I saw that I have such a soft spot for this housewife in my heart, and we're here to talk about her franchise tonight, y'all. Yes. This is the Real Housewives of Orange County recap, and Kendra just had my girl Jen on her show. Tell me that she was as beautiful in spirit and person as we get through the show.
She was. She's beautiful. I call her Hottie Pet Drawny.
I saw that.
Girl. I said, Jen, you don't know how bad I be wanting to just jump through the TV. Because I'm like, girl, you need a Black friend. I'm like, what? Where is your Black friend?
Girl.
Now, I know all of your listeners have a Black friend. I be having to tell them over on my show, get a Black friend. If I get only Black friend, that's a problem. You got to get a Black friend. You need one Black friend that you can call and who can tell you, girl, here's what you say.
Here's what you say.
Hey, you said B, C, D, E, F. Go take it all the way to Q.
What's the game that when they say finish her?
Yeah,
we can help you finish her.
Finish her. That's it. Because I'm like, y'all, they might need to expand Orange County to like Riverside or something like that, because I need somebody's like, I need a Filipino girl, I need a Hispanic, I need somebody Black, somebody with some spice, because that's what Tamara needs. Because Tamara acts right around Black people.
She do.
On Girls Trip,
yep.
She acted right around Phaedra. She wasn't pulling all those antics. She knew Phaedra would get her together.
Let me tell you, she's a whole different person. And one of the times that I've gone out to Orange County to visit my son, because he attended Chapman University, it's not a lot. And I'll never forget when I had to send him out there in the middle of the riots. And that was his first year of college out there, 2020. And he worked at a clothing store out there. And in the mall, he went out there for school, transferred out there. And when he went on, he worked at the same clothing store in Maryland for years. And then he got a transfer so he could work out there. And his manager out there said, listen, his manager out there was Hispanic and said, I just want to ask you, there's not a lot that look like us that come in this mall, this store. Would you be able to handle yourself if you were faced with basically racism? And my son was like, oh, I got that. But can you imagine on your interview? So I was like, when you really think about Orange County, it's like, and I'm just going to say it off the top. I know that there's Emily fans out there and I love y'all. And she does give us moments. I like when she told Alexa she was an idiot.
Yeah.
But I just get straight Orange County from Emily. Okay. So And you know what I mean when
At
I
least
say
she's
that.
involved in the Innocence Project, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, wasn't that interesting that all of a sudden she's and I said, we're gonna take it.
We'll
We're
take
gonna
it.
take it. Yeah,
We'll
take
it.
it.
Whatever win we can get.
Yeah.
We'll take it. And I don't have anything against Emily. I just think that Emily is so, and listen, I'm a country girl, but I just think Emily is so uncouth. I'm just
thank you. That's the word. Thank you. Uncouth.
I'm just like, you went to law school, you passed the bar. Like, what are you doing? Like it's like sometimes her and Tamara just do a little too much for me. Cause like, listen, nobody loves to get drunk and have a good time more than LaKendra does. I love to drink. I will get, I'll start dancing. I can't dance well, but
you can like 50 Cent. You can do the same two-step with a little twist.
The same two-step. Don't try to dance with me because you're gonna throw me off. Leave me alone. Give me socially distance in my room because sometimes I might get a little,
really start feeling yourself. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I love to have a good time, but sometimes it's just like it's not cute sometimes. And I mean, okay. I don't want to get you off course because
nope. Listen, you are an amazing host. I love doing the show with other hosts because it's like, yes, come on, yes.
Well, I wanted to just see what you thought. I always like to just kind of check the temperature, like what do other people think about things, because I don't know, like when Emily was, she was crying, like really seemed upset about Heather, and she gave her the larger size dress. She gave her the size 12. Now, I don't know Emily's size. I mean, she lost a lot of weight. She looks great, but also I'm like, Emily's so mean all the time that I'm kind of like, I don't really buy it. Like, I feel like she knows she will get sympathy from the plus size community. And I feel like that's why she's trying to hop on that bandwagon. But I guarantee you, if Emily loses 20 more pounds, she's going to be like, F you plus size people. Like, she's not going to want to like associate with being plus size anymore.
Look how much she continues to mention the size 12. I'm not a size 12. I'm not a size. So like, that's actually the
size 12.
Yes, that's actually the average, right? They say, I believe it's a 12. So that is a good point. I never thought about that because I felt like I get the body dysmorphia. I remember when I was gaining weight and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I lost between this year and last year, like 50 some pounds. And sometimes I still feel like I see, and that was the first time that I've ever felt like that. Like in all the years, you go up, you go down, you go up, you go down, you go up, whatever. And I get what she's saying, but that is not anyone else's responsibility to make me
feel better about yourself. Like if you have your own insecurities, like you got to really take that to the Father.
You
got to leave it at the altar. You got to like talk to your therapist. Like you can't expect, especially as adults,
come on,
expect everybody to like know every single thing that we're going through. And Heather is like just such a skinny person. Like she's just she's like the epitome of a skinny person. Like I don't even, I don't know. She doesn't know what it's like. I don't think she knows the struggle.
No, because she always says I was heavy. No, she was, if you look back at her like college, she was heavier than she is now, but she was never, ever heavy.
Never. Like, I mean, no. Heather, I'm sorry, babe. Like, she's like, you can tell that's her frame.
Yes.
Like, she's just like a smaller frame.
LaKendra, seeing her in person, she is so, I was like, wow, she is.
The camera really does add 10 pounds and she looks tiny on TV. So I know that she must be like stick thin in person, which is great. Like, hey, we're all,
if that's you. Yeah. If that's your, as long as you're not, I would hope that as long as Heather aside or anybody doing something to harm themselves, or to feel, to feel good about, like doing anything because they feel worthless, not being that size. But girl, that's
whatever the Lord gave you. If he gave you a lot or if he gave you bones, you just got to work it. No matter what.
Yes. Yeah.
Gotta work it because every woman is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I be in those workout classes with people who look like Heather Dubrow. I still put my foot right on behind my head. I said I can do it too.
Exactly.
Am I wearing 2 sports bras right now? Yeah. But
exactly. Yeah, Emily is really wearing me thin. And the fact that I would still be annoyed, but even it may be a teensy bit better if she felt like Heather was actually doing, if she was like, I don't know, guys, I just really feel like she did it on purpose. The fact that you keep insisting that you know she's not doing it on purpose, you want to have a moment. So speaking of, we can run through the episode. So we start out with Emily, Gina, and Tamra. Again, Emily brings up the issue that she has with Heather. And what really got me was the flashback of what, last year or the year, when she says Heather gets to be pretentious, Heather gets to be an a-hole, we all just have to deal with it. That's mighty funny because Emily gets to be a crybaby. Emily gets to be a screamer. Emily gets to go off and use her triggers, and they just have to deal with it.
Exactly. Emily, you are so mean. So if Heather, to be honest, I think Emily's so mean that if Heather was trying to have a little dig at her, that dress might have been a size 8. Heather might have told him, just put a 12 on it. I'm going to put her a little bit.
Well, yes.
She did do that to Emily. I say, good, Emily, you deserve it. Because you are so mean.
Especially, what about when she said to Heather, when Heather was like, I wanted to give you a moment because you're effing, I put you in that dress because you're effing hot. And she goes, now you're just being mean. Girl, I could have threw my...
So are you hot or not?
Yeah, like, and then to put that on Heather, that really, and then Tamra apologizing. And I guess I realized from the end of the episode that I guess Tamra was apologizing because she was saying she didn't see it from Emily's side. It was that moment that I didn't think Tamra did anything wrong when she said, look, I don't think Heather did that on purpose. Tamra actually said it's something I would do.
Catch that. A mean thing that, yeah. It would just be like a mean and shady thing to do. But honestly, Emily, it's like, girl, you're a grown-ass woman.
Come on.
You're married to that dreamboat Shane. Sexy Shane. Every time I see him drinking a Diet Coke, I'm like, ooh, daddy.
Why living off of his parents' money? Because you've mentioned that before, even though you had so much to say about Jen. Said Jen. She's lucky that Jen didn't cut her to the bone all those times she came for Jen, because she could have really read her down.
All those ladies are lucky that Jen is so sweet.
Yeah.
But watch out, because I am about to become besties with Jen just so I can be in her ear telling her mean and terrible things to say. I hope that all of my meanness rubs off on her. I told her, I was like, Jen, those kids need an extra auntie. I'm willing to move to Newport Beach to help out with the children, because I love her kids. I think what I like about Jen too, I feel like Jen is a good mom.
Yes.
But people judge her about, if she did cheat on her husband, like obviously you shouldn't cheat on your husband.
Of course, but it's like,
it sounds like she was in a bad marriage. It sounds like it was on the outs anyway. And now tell me, girl, what do you think about Ryan? Do you like Ryan, her man?
Okay, so here's the thing. They are making me defend Ryan. And I believe it's interesting when people recognize it when it comes to the housewives they like, but two things can be true. He can be caught up or maybe not, because I meant to look up the case status before we got on just to see, because I'm hearing that he got immunity or what have you. But he was also right to me when it came to Tamra. And despite everything, I do feel like he loves Jen. I really feel like he loves her.
I think so. I think he loves her. I think they're a great couple. I think he's supportive, and I love this little joke about he's unemployed. I think the guy probably is good with money. He made money. I mean, he's living in that house. I don't think that house is a rental. We'll have to have Angie K tell us if their house is a rental or not.
I don't want a renter speaking to me about my house.
And still, listen, I'm a renter right now. So when the Lord blesses me and I have my name is on a title to something, I'm gonna do the same thing. Away from me, you renters.
Listen,
you renters.
My girl Noor, shout out to Noor from the Reality Is podcast. She was on a couple of weeks ago, and as we were talking, I thought I heard noise outside. I was like, "Do you hear that?" Girl, I am so sorry. She said, "Look at you turning into a Karen." I said, "Girl, I got a mortgage," and now all of a sudden I'm like, what? Just over 2 years ago. What is that outside? They don't even know how to act.
I will become a Karen in a heart. I'll call the police.
Why is this trash here? We have community guidelines.
Oh, I'm gonna be on the HOA board. I'm gonna be like, order.
You know what's funny? When we moved, because we bought the house in 2021, when we moved in, we had just, we didn't know anybody or whatever, but our neighbors are like on one side are like real cool. Like we talked to them, but over their house or whatever. But we got, this packet in the mail, and they were like, people were running for HOA. And girl, when I tell you the shade that was being thrown, like people had to introduce themselves and say what their position and what they were going to do. Girl, I'll never forget. I wish I still had it. So I could, one of them was like, let's just say, my name is LaKendra Tukes, and if you elect me, I will make sure not to ignore the numerous emails you send when you have an issue with X, Y, and Z. I will make, I mean, I said, oh, they talking about each other through these. Girl, I was cracking up. I was having a field day reading.
Passive-aggressive little intros. I love that. Do we need a reality show about the HOAs of America?
You know, it would be good. Do you remember Mother Funders, about the PTA girls?
Yes. Was that on Bravo?
Yes. I loved
all those little silly shows.
Yes, I loved that show. Yes. That was so good because it was petty. It wasn't dark. It was petty fights over who was going to be PTA president, who was outcoming, who was incoming. But a homeowner's just, oh,
that would be good.
HOA.
And they had that little one about the ballroom dancers. I watched that one. I liked it. I wanted another season of that because there was like, oh, well, you know, you're taking away my costume guy, and oh, you're dancing with my dance partner.
So it's real drama.
I love it. You know, these are women, older, married. They don't have a lot going on. And so they ballroom dance, and it comes with all the drama. I love it. I'm like, give us another season, Bravo. I know you're listening.
You know what else? Texacanas. I liked Texacanas.
That was good too.
I'm like, what?
Give us all of it. I love it.
Bring Family Karma back. Like, what are y'all doing?
Family Karma. I even want Shaw's back. Give me Shaw's
Me too.
Back. Like a new generation of Shaw's, I would take it.
Mm-hmm. They had Southern Charms Savannah on for 3 seasons, and I'm ashamed to admit that I watched all 3 seasons, and you only gave these other shows 1 season each. Do you remember Southern Charm Savannah?
Yes, I watched that because, you know, I'm from Georgia, so I was excited for Southern Charm Savannah and the New Orleans one.
Girl, and that was good. That was really so good.
And it had that girl. Oh, her name is Tamika Lee.
Tamika Lee.
Like the most beautiful person on earth. Like,
and she came with, like, she had the attitude. She had everything.
She was good. She was good TV.
Yeah.
They had drama, and yet she's just so pretty that I'm just like, I just want to see her on my TV all day.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to look at her face because she's so beautiful.
I thought they were going to have a Real Housewives of New Orleans and put her on or something.
She needs to be. She's so pretty. She's poised. She's got a career. She's got stuff going on. She would be great to. I know you're listening, producers, reality producers.
Yes,
that's what we want.
Bring them back.
New Orleans is a good place to have a show.
My brother and his wife used to live in DC, and they still have a house in DC, but he loved New Orleans so much. They just bought a house in New Orleans last year. They moved Christmas time, and they love it, love it, love it. Yeah. So
I've been living back in LA for like 4 years now, and I'm like, LA's gotten so gross. I don't know how we're going to have the Olympics here in 4 years. It's disgusting here.
Wow.
It's disgusting. The homeless people, I always tell any young people listening, you thinking about moving to LA, don't. Stay where you at. LA is so gross. And our mayor, Miss Karen Bass, where are you? Because it's a mess here. We have homeless people everywhere.
Wow.
Tents and garbage. You accidentally go down the wrong street. It literally looks like end of days.
Wow.
It looks like Armageddon. It's crazy. And I dreamed of living in California ever since I was a little girl. And even I now am like, I don't know, I might be ready to leave.
I was going to say, where would you go?
I'm doing my research because I don't know. Like, I feel like I could still have a career in Atlanta, and I have family in Atlanta, and I'm at that age where I'm about ready to allow a bun to be put in my oven, you know, and it takes a village.
Yes.
So I need help.
Atlanta's only an hour and some change flight from Baltimore from where I am. So
okay. Yeah. And then like I got all my aunties, and you know, I'm at my age, all of my younger cousins have all had kids before me. So when I do finally have a baby, it's going to be such a big deal.
And it's going to be everybody's baby. It's not going to be yours. It's going to be everybody's baby.
Please. When I get tired of the child, please. You know, I'm so used to like my world. So this kid is entering my world when I'm so used to my own world. So I'm like, kid, you got to adjust to me.
Okay. So I'm going to timestamp this, y'all. Monday, September 30th at 7:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:47 p.m. Whatchamacallit time. So Pacific Standard Time, after she has a baby.
Right. Okay.
We coming back to this, y'all. And
I'm
gonna get Kendra back on the screen and say,
because I'm gonna be in the PTA. Oh, I can't make it. The kids have soccer. Trevor's got debate. Oh, I just can't make it. They've got dance camp.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well,
I'm gonna be in mommy mode. I'm gonna be so annoying. I know it. I know I am. I'm gonna be terrible.
But you're gonna love it too. At the same,
I look forward to it. I really do. I look forward to it. I pray I get to have the moment.
Yes. Well, speaking of having the moment, we were talking about Jen and her kids. So we'll move on from Emily, Gina, and Tamara, because that scene Emily, Gina, and Tamara. Heather and Terry, he was getting his test. Heather shared what happened the night before. What you think about the hot mic moment?
Oh my gosh. Okay, listen. Full disclosure, I fast forwarded through because I was like, Terry, I don't care what kind of medical procedure you getting, but what was the hot mic? Didn't she say something like, don't you admonish me?
Yes, don't you admonish me in front of the camera. Because what he said was, he was telling her about she was telling him about last night. And she was like, she said, it was a full night. They had fun, they had laughing. Then there was yelling, there was crying. And he said, with you, when you have an issue with someone, you have to rehash, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And they showed the clips of her having Gina over to her house with the mask on, telling her how disappointed she was. Then they showed them at Liz Vargas's house, and she was telling Gina how upset she was. Then they showed when she had planned that trip for them to be in the fashion show, and they were all yelling, they were having lunch. And I said, well, I don't count that time because she had been brought new information. She had been told, listen, supposedly Gina only keeps you around because of your connection. So I don't count that. So she was like, oh, really? You're going to say that? Like, just stop. And he was like, oh, you don't want to talk? And she's like, no. And he's like, well, I don't want to talk either. And he says to the lady, we can go back now. And she's like, are you serious? Yeah. Are you serious? And he was like, yeah, we're not going to talk. And then when they go back, you hear her off camera saying, don't admonish me. And he's like, don't what? And she's like, no, she says, you can't say that. And he's like, what? And she's like, don't admonish me on camera. Now, here's my question, though.
Okay.
Because people are saying, it's a hot mic, da, 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 da. People say that Heather is produced. One thing I like about Heather, I think she's being genuine to the person that she has made herself to be in front of the world. Like, I don't think she is saying, I'm going to act like this for better. I think that the person that she puts on for the world, she believes herself to be. So I think she's authentic in that way. I love the fact that she's pretentious and hasn't read audience comments and tries to change. No, I like the finer things. I'm not changed. I can appreciate that about her. Yeah. But that being said, if people think she's produced, you don't think she knew she had a mic back on? Did she forget? Because she didn't whisper it. So was it a created moment to almost be like, I'll let this moment, like, I don't know. I started thinking about that. No, Heather doesn't want people to see her in a bad light, but also she's been on TV long enough to know. And she wasn't even like this. She was whispering more like this. And you have a mic pack on.
So are you saying that you think Heather was like, let me check Terry real quick on camera?
Or I feel like she was like, I'm going to give them this moment. Because Heather has been doing this. And that may be a far-fetched theory, but I just feel like, yes, she wants us to see her in a certain light. And even though I just said she hasn't changed, she doesn't read the comments, but I'm wondering, because that gave them a moment to talk about when it came to Heather. I don't know. I was thinking all these things because I'm like, this lady has been doing this for so long. She's aware of the microphones. She's aware that she still has a mic on.
She's an actress as well.
Yeah.
Check her IMDb. She is an actress. She did have her own show. Her and Jenny McCarthy started a show together. So you're right, girl. You're right. Like, Heather is not a rookie. She would not forget that she has the mic pack on.
The only thing I could think of.
I feel so bad that I fast forwarded through.
Go back and watch that scene. Go back and watch that scene.
Watch it because I was like, oh.
But I do that.
You said, Terry, I don't care about your health procedure. And Heather, you need to get something going on in your life. That's what I said as I fast forwarded and I pressed play and they were still in the doctor's office. I was like, well, what the hell? What? I didn't sign up for Terry. I want to see Heather.
Yes, and he's getting a nose job.
So wait, so was he trying to play the deviated septum card, or did
he said maybe I can get my septum fixed? Maybe and because Heather let in with he's been snoring, da 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 da, and so they led with that.
Here's the thing, Terry. Terry, no shade, Dr. Dubrow, because I do want you to do some procedures on me when my time comes. But Dr. Dubrow, I don't know what he's doing to his face, but he's giving Mr. Potato Head a little bit. Like his cheeks are like here. And listen, I got some big cheeks myself, but it's weird to see that on a gentleman. Like he looks a little swollen.
Yes.
So I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's just drinking more collagen. I don't know. But I'm like, Dr. Dubrow, what's going on, man, with your face?
Now, did you see the part when they unveiled the nose? Because I was like, okay, it does look better. I like the nose.
So maybe he does have a deviated septum, but also he probably wanted a new nose. He's old. He had that nose for how old is it? 73 years? How old? So you want to change it up? I might go. When I turn 73, I might get a new nose too. You
might want to change it up. Yep.
I'm gonna be like Dwight from Atlanta. All the way back.
Wasn't he on Botch with Terry and Paul?
He was.
Was he on Botch?
I love Dwight. I miss Dwight.
Me too.
Hey, Dwight. I know he's listening. Hey, Dwight. I miss having Dwight on TV because I love watching some vintage Atlanta. And I always secretly wanted Dwight to get his own spinoff at his hair salon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I would love to, there's nothing but entertainment going on.
He would have been giving.
All day. I'm like, I need to go there and let them do me a press out because I know that I'm just going to have a good time there. You know what I mean?
Right. Just like not even right.
Yeah, Dwight was great TV. The House of Eubanks. If I do move to Atlanta, I will hope that Dwight will adopt me into the House of Eubanks and be like one of my baby's gay godfathers. Like, 'cause I want my children to have all gay godfathers.
He's going to throw parties like how Phaedra threw Aiden, all of those.
Bugetto.
Yes.
I think a Bugetto baby shower.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I want that. Yes. Now that I do want.
And I would need to make sure that I'm on the list to attend.
You're there. Bring some deviled eggs. It's going to be a country affair.
Ooh, deviled eggs. Remember when Portia?
Yes. Portia's coming too. Portia's going to bring PJ.
All the thing. Everybody will be there.
All of them. All the Atlanta girls. Yes.
Well, speaking of where we're going now.
Okay.
Is Jen.
Okay. Okay, Oprah. You better keep me on track.
Jen and Ryan. I liked this scene. Ryan dresses like an early 2000s Ed Hardy model for sure. Think about it. Y'all think about Ed Hardy. What Ed Hardy represented. That is Ryan right now, just tailored.
If I ever get invited to Ryan and Jen's home, I'm going to say, Ryan, I want to see some pictures of you from the early 2000s because I know you're wearing the same outfits then and now.
And we need to see if he had frosted blonde tips because I can see it. He most certainly did.
Yes. But I like a little sense of style, and I like it when a man lets his lady pick things out for him. I also love that he gets everything tailored.
Me too, because I said I wanted to do that with my clothes because the times that I've done it, whether it's a $10 shirt or a $60 shirt or $80, it looks expensive. It looks so good when you get things tailored to your body.
Yes. That's going to be, when the Lord blesses me with all of my wealth.
Come on. The wealth transfer.
My splurges, because I want everything to be tailored.
T-shirts and everything, not my drawers, because that's already just a string anyway. I don't need nothing else taking it.
Okay. I'll be like, look, hey, my drawers are fine. But everything else, I do want it to be
tailored to my body.
And I like Ryan. I like his sense of style. He's kind of a kook, probably, if I saw him at the club and he came up to me, I would be like, what is you wearing? But for me, if the only thing I need to change about you is your sense of style, that's easy. So
Yeah.
I like Ryan's little sense of style, and I love seeing. I think him and Jen are such a cute couple. Like, I want to be friends with them. I feel like it'd be fun to go to Vegas with them.
Well, you know what I liked, especially in the scene, was how Jen was saying, listen, you know, me and Tamara just got back right. I've always cared for Eddie. I want you and Eddie to have this conversation. And at the end, when he was putting on his jacket, he was like, you know what I say? F them all. I'm going to be me, regardless of outside. Let's say we knew nothing about this, because I know some people are like, I just can't get past the fact that he's supposedly caught up in this X, Y, and Z. Outside of that, if you can't get past that, just kind of see past it for a minute. But yeah. I like the fact that he is not trying to, he doesn't act disinterested like Eddie. He's actually present and has his own opinions and his thoughts.
Absolutely. Like, in the way, like, I am team Ryan, which I know we'll get to the dinner party later, but I'm team Ryan just because like now, because it's such a fine line, because sometimes I don't like it when the husbands get involved.
Yeah.
But I feel like Ryan was well within his rights, because Tamara has gone after him, Jen.
Yes.
Everything. So I think that Ryan, what he said on that podcast, first of all, it wasn't even that bad.
It was nothing that Tamara said it was. Nothing. Do you know she came out and tried to say that he cleaned it up? And they were like, no, ma'am.
No, Tamara's such a liar. Tamara lies, okay?
Well, while we're here about Tamara, well, I'll wait till the end for you to share, for you to tell everybody what they don't know.
Yeah, we'll tease it.
Yes, but let's just say that LaKendra has had her own personal. Remember, she is the host of Reality Check on Sirius XM. Make sure you check it out. And
on Radio Andy Channel 102, every Wednesday is Ken's Day at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific.
Come on.
I got a plug.
Come on. Yeah. So I liked it in that scene, but also we then get Tamara and Eddie in their home. Tamara's talking about Ryan not cleaning up, blah, 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 blah. And then we get into the Ryan and Jen of it all. And Tamara says, me and Jen are in a good place. Listen, I want you and Ryan to have the conversation. In the meantime, Jen is saying that to Ryan. Ryan is saying, I mean, okay, he's not a dude's dude, but basically, if you want me to do it, I'll do it. And Eddie's like, no, I have no wish to talk to the guy. I love Jen, but I should have Googled him before, before I was in his backyard, I guess.
You know what? Let's Google him right now. Let's see what's going on with, what's his last name? Boy something?
Right. Type in Ryan, RHOC. We might get the one from last season, Ryan. Remember?
Because to be honest, Eddie, we need to Google you. Because I've heard some stuff about Eddie that he might not want out there. I don't know.
Same.
I don't have all the ducks in a row, but I've heard some things about Eddie that I believe,
Same.
I'm like, Eddie, you better hope people don't Google you, because they might find out what your real name is, because it ain't Judge. So who are you to judge? But whatever Ryan has done, I mean, look, those guys, they've all done some unscrupulous things to get their money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really judging him.
And we don't know the facts of the case. And
if there was something really bad going on, we would know. We would have heard it. Somebody would have made a TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So I've never heard any negative press about Ryan.
Outside of this right here. Yeah. Like I said, I want to know what, because as of right now, he has immunity. So is he cooperating? Is he?
Yeah. But then now, did you see that Ryan?
Come on. Yeah. I was going to get into that.
And okay. Let me.
No. Let's get into it. We can get into that right now.
Yeah, I did see that. And I'm like, good. Because she's such a liar. And she can dish it, but she can't take it. Like, girl, out of all the SHIT you talk, you ought to welcome people talking about you. Because first of all, if nobody's talking about you, you don't have a job. You don't have a livelihood.
Yeah.
So you better be glad we're talking about you, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. You ought to be glad we're talking about you.
Yeah.
It's not like you have any talent. It's not like you have any skills outside of screaming at people in public. That's all you know how to do. So really, the only place you can ever work is Bravo. You know what I'm saying? So, if we're talking about you, let us talk about you. But I don't blame Ryan for serving her because she lies. I'm thinking about getting a lawyer myself because she lied about me.
Yes, y'all, we gonna get into that. She sure did. And let's just say Tamara ain't as tough as she pretends to be.
I know. She's like, girl, please, like, give me a break. Wait, I don't know if you want to talk about it now. We can talk about it later. Whatever you prefer.
We can finish the episode, and then I want you to close it out with because it'll lead into it because we end with her stomping out of
my vein in my neck starting to pop
out. Look, wait a minute. If y'all not watching, Kendra's posture changed and everything. She said, she the liar.
Lord. Let me take a sip.
So we end up next where Shannon, she talks to Adeline. It's cute. She asked Adeline, how are the men in New York? Adeline says, terrible. She wants to go to, what she said, Carbone? Is that where she said?
She did say she wants to go to Carbone. I said, you go, girl.
Yeah, Shannon said, keep dreaming. She's like, no, ma'am. And what we got from that scene, what we already know, Johnny J is gross. But apparently so is Shannon. That's what Joel Kim Booster said. Ciao. While we're here, let's get into that.
Let's get into it.
Come on. For those of you that don't know, let me go ahead and read.
You give the backstory.
So basically, Joel Kim Booster is the host of the Love Motel with Giselle Bryant, Ashley. Girl, I was going to say Ashley Simpson. Lord. As my grandma would say, Ashley Simpson must be talking about me. Don't even know me.
I'm waiting, and on Tuesday, I'm happy.
Wednesday, I can't sleep. Something goes so fast. Oh, you're going to have that song in my head. I refuse to let you make it an earworm.
It's a terrible song.
It is Giselle, Ashley, Shannon, and the Countess Luann, right?
My darling Countess, yes.
Because, yes, LaKendra has had the good people on her show. The Countess is on her show. Y'all make sure y'all go check out LaKendra's show. Reality Check on Wednesday, Sirius XM, 1 p.m. Eastern.
No. 4 p.m. Eastern.
4 p.m. Eastern.
Pacific, and always available on the SiriusXM app.
Which I have on. I love the app. So Joel Kim Booster is the host of The Ladies. Yes. And all of a sudden, we see Joel Kim Booster posts and says, just because you're a pathetic drunk on a reality television show, best known for a string of failed relationships and a DUI, does not make you a star and does not give you license to treat the people you work with like they are subhuman, period. They will make me delete this, but DM me if you'd like to see some videos. Bezos. Well, that was quick. Anyway, don't regret it. Hope you screenshot it. Hope she suffers. Well, let's just say I can't imagine what John Jansen went through. Poor guy. So somebody sent something that said, Sam, I had no idea Joel Kim Booster was hosting Housewife Hotel or whatever it's called. He just went on live and cooked Shannon Medore like he roasted her, chopped her up and served her for breakfast. He says she has been a terror for the entire 3 weeks, humiliates the crew, was hideous to him, and that at the wrap party just a few hours ago, she was terrible to someone he really loves. And he got in her face and said, like, you think you're a star, people don't like you, they pity you. And then he said the daughters are just as bad. Now, there are some people shocked. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Shannon is a privileged white woman. I'm not shocked.
Okay.
I'm not.
I'm not shocked at all. Shannon has said the words, I am entitled. Literally, those words have come out of her mouth many times. I am entitled to my feelings. I am entitled to this. I am entitled to that. She's very entitled, as are a lot of our. So, okay. So there's two sides of this, okay?
Come on, yes, okay.
On one hand, it's like you know who you're dealing with. These are housewives. These are not good people, okay? You cannot, if you're going, listen up, anybody. If you're about to go do a project with these housewives, you got to know right off the bat, these are not good people. They would not be on TV. We would not be watching them. They're entitled. They're problematic. They got some problems, okay?
Yes.
They're privileged AF, okay?
And they're entitled.
Shannon is at the top. At the list of privilege, Shannon's definitely at the top. Now, have I met Shannon before? Yes. And she was absolutely lovely. But I don't know. I want to hear from her too. I do, because And I don't know Joel, but Joel is great. He's really funny. He's a comedian. He's great. Okay. Big fan of Joel. And he's been on Watch What Happens Live multiple times.
Yes.
And obviously, like if he was chosen to host this show, he's obviously somebody who's very talented and good at what he does. Like I don't think
and good has an in with Bravo.
And has an in with Bravo. So but I get it. Sometimes some people do. I've seen people mistreat the crew, and I never like that. And I've seen people mistreat people that they think are beneath them.
Come on. Yep.
And I really hate that. I hate that. I don't like that at all. Like when I worked at SNL, I will say everyone at SNL was great. And everybody is treated well. The lady who comes and takes out the trash in the evening, she's treated well too. Like, it's not like everybody is lovely to everybody. And I think that's how it should always be. I understand that is not always the case. But even in my own job now, I do see sometimes how some people will treat people that they feel are beneath them. And I just really don't like that. And let me tell you, God don't like that. And God can't bless you when you're acting like that. And my backstory with Shannon is I've really never been a Shannon fan.
Me neither.
Like, when David, I don't agree with obviously having an affair, but when David divorced her, I was like, yeah, I see that. I see that. And I know a lot of people really stan Shannon. I've seen a little bit of discord online just this morning. People being like, now wait a minute.
Yes.
Misogyny. Please, man, let's go back to 2020 when Shannon had an opportunity
to
stand up and say something against racism. Say something to be good. Because I'm like, Shannon, as a mother, Shannon, you would never want to trade places with a Black mother. You know you wouldn't. You as anxious as you are right now, can you imagine the anxiety that they feel? And you as a mother, you can't just stop and say something. You got to say, oh, I don't want to talk about politics.
I don't want to. Black Lives Matter is not, or standing up for Black life. Racism isn't politics.
Yeah, it's not about politics. It's about just like, where's your humanity? So that's what I was. So
thank you.
My heart goes out to Shannon after getting the DUI. I don't think it's right. Getting a DUI, of course, is bad. I don't think it's right for Tamara to constantly be calling her an alcoholic. If you've gotten a DUI, I don't think that automatically makes you an alcoholic. You just, maybe you just don't have good judgment, or maybe you're a DUI-aholic. I don't know. So just don't get DUIs. But she got the little breathalyzer thingy. I do think Shannon is taking accountability for that. So I was actually, even though I hadn't been a Shannon fan this season, I have been standing up for Shannon.
Me too.
And I don't like our producers of Orange County. I don't like this Alexis Bellino business. I don't like it.
Because it could drive a person to the brink. How much more, regardless if she's entitled or this or that, where's your humanity? It goes back to what you said, where she couldn't have.
And I'm looking at Tamra, and I'm looking at Heather, and I'm looking at all of them that are like being all with Alexis. I wouldn't do that. I'm not doing that. No, like we've been working together. Like Shannon is a big part of OC. She's been there. She's been like the most consistent OC housewife in a long time. So I don't like how they're like with Alexis. I wouldn't be doing that at all. I would be like, Shannon, no matter what,
I got
just
you.
as like my coworker, I'm gonna be on your side with this, because who is she? She hasn't even been here in a long time, and she's always attached to somebody who's trying to sue Shannon. And I'm looking at Tamra like,
come on,
you fake A-B. Like, I'm trying not to cuss.
No, you say what? Oh, okay. I was gonna say this is a free platform, so you say that.
I'm trying to be a good, I'm trying to be Proverbs 31 woman. But I'm like, Tamara, you don't like Alexis. You're just doing this to F with Shannon. And that is so messed up. Like, girl, where's your humanity? Like, clearly you are willing to throw all your humanity out the door, throw your motherhood out the door, throw your kids out the door for this show and for a check. And honestly, I just really don't have any respect for that.
Me neither, because there's a way to be messy and be a housewife. It's like she has dug her heels into this because she's still I think she feels like it still makes her a pivotal part of the show without exposing any of her business. And we got this story, so we're going to latch on to that.
And that's where I'm looking at the rest of the cast like,
come on.
Even Heather. Because last season, Tamra was an a-hole to Heather.
Yes.
I'm looking at Heather like, Heather, does Tamra have something on you? I feel like, are they scared of Tamra? Because I even look at Heather. Like, Heather, you got money. Yeah. Like, you got a penthouse in Beverly Hills. You sold your house for $95 billion. I don't know. Like, why do you let Tamra get away with this? Like, what's going on? We need to get Heather in here. We need to get Heather on your show so we can say, Heather, what's really going on?
Listen, I talked to her at BravoCon,
and Tamra get away with this, Heather. Heather could shut it down
all the way and do it in a way that was very cold, very mindful, very demure.
And yes, very mindful. And it would be an iconic moment for Heather, because for me, Heather hasn't had an iconic moment in a minute.
In a long time.
A long time. Like, I get it. Like, I love seeing her do all her charity. You know, I always say Heather's womb is West Hollywood. It's people in her womb, which is great. I love that. And I'm glad that and I'm glad that she's not talking about it a lot. I don't feel like she's trying to like put her kid on blast.
Yes.
I really like that. Like, because I like to see my housewives be good moms. That's important to me. Like, you can be messy. You can cuss people out. You can flip a table. I don't care. You can pull somebody's hair. I don't care. But if you're a mom, I want to see you be a good mom. Because this is about women. And I think if you're a woman and you're a mom, you should be trying to be a really good mom.
Yeah, you know I agree.
It's great that Heather is a great mom. And I feel like it's great that the demographic that watches this show is seeing her be a good mom to her, queer kids. Like,
yes.
Good. I hope that makes a difference for somebody else who got a bunch of gay children.
Yes.
Good. You know what I mean? Because what you gonna do? You got a bunch of your children gay. What you gonna do?
But love them, and not just toss them to the wind. I really feel like I don't feel like she's parading it. That's who she is. In her mind, she just can't understand why people can't love their children the way they are, and that's that.
Yeah. And I'm so glad that she's talking about that. And I feel like if that's like her storyline, that's good. Yeah. But outside of that, Heather, like you're messy, you're bougie, like. Give it to us. Give it to us, girl. Don't hold back, Heather. Like, where's the Heather that says, my children are here?
Yes.
That.
Please leave.
I'm asking you to leave. If our relationship was different, I could tell you about that. I'm like, yes, give me that, Heather. Remember, Shannon was like,
wow.
She's like, but that was a great moment.
Yeah. But I've heard Heather say on her podcast and others multiple times that it's, and somebody else said it on this show. It might've been this episode or either in an interview. It's not fun fighting with Tamra because she gets dirty. And I said, see, that's because y'all don't know how to
throw that dirt right back.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Because Ryan cooked her at the end. All right, we're gonna skip past the whole.
He put her on a stick and said, "Turn the rotisserie up." He said, "Set it and forget it."
And he did it so effortlessly. We'll just say Gina was at her house making meatballs and sauce, and Meatball always thinks he's gonna get eaten.
Gina, we know you from New York, honey.
Girl, we run New York. Okay, we get it. We get it.
Woofy. But I love seeing, Gina is very mature. Gina grew on me a little bit.
Yeah, too. Me too. Actually, me too. That's funny. She grew just a little. Yep.
She grew on me because I'm kind of, I'm guilty. I hope she don't listen to Reality Check because I'm probably guilty of calling her poor, or saying,
"Oh yeah,
why are you here?"
In the words of the great Danny Pellegrino, Gina and Emily were hip and casita. So
right, exactly. That was it. Hip and casita. That's it.
And even her look, even though Jen is technically, she's saying she's broke, she still looks like a housewife. There were days I'm like, Gina, something is still missing, baby girl.
Yeah, she's looking good like in the show, but yeah, her interview looks are still suffering.
Girl.
Yeah, and I don't care. And I feel like that's why they have a problem with Jen. They get mad at Jen because no matter what Jen's going through, she don't look it.
And I think Emily is jealous of Jen. She has said multiple times that if Shane would leave her, he'd leave her for some hot blonde, something, and boom, there's Jen.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Emily. No hot blondes want Shane. Don't nobody want Shane but you. Shane, no. The hot blondes ain't checking for that little twerp. So, Emily, you don't have to worry about it, baby.
Oh,
on behalf of the hot community, we don't want Shane.
But yeah, I like seeing, and it's good for their children to see that they all get along. It's just crazy from where they came from to it's like wow. But
really mature, and I was like, Gina, if you want to be immature, we would not mind. Because when the new girl was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be Brett Kirschenheiter," I was like, "Oh, no, I wouldn't like that."
And like, Gina was like, "Great, take the name." And then I mean, her and Britt are actually. I remember some time ago seeing pictures of them, like they are actually they like each other. And I was like, you couldn't ask for a better setup because your kids see that. And then Matt even said he didn't want Travis to go anywhere. So it was like,
yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think about Gina and Travis, and I do feel bad for her because I feel like out of all of the ladies, like, she's been through a lot. We've seen her go through a divorce. We've seen her go through some financial hardships,
DUI
era. So I do, I feel bad for her. And I know as an unmarried woman, I know how hard it is to find somebody. And I can imagine how extra hard it is to find somebody when you have kids. So I do feel bad for whatever her and Travis are going through. And I haven't read up on it because, to be real, I don't really care. So I don't really know.
I'm with you.
Sorry, Travis. Like, I have never really Googled Travis because I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But I do wish them the best, and I hope they figure it out because, I want the best for Gina. She's a nice girl. She's a regular girl, just trying to raise her kids, sell a couple of houses, do a little real estate, here and there.
And I felt her when she said, I'm happy for Matt and Brittany, and I want the same thing. And it's hard when you had the same thing, but there's an outside influence.
And it's hard. Yeah. That is hard because I can't imagine, like, what a custody hearing will do to you, probably mentally. That probably will really, really F with you.
Yeah.
So it's probably hard for him to be fully present in the relationship. So that is hard. So for, because I'm liking Gina right now. Like I said, she has grown on me.
Yeah.
So, Gina, we're going to put you on the prayer list.
Yeah, yes, we go.
Gina and Travis, we're going to ask the Lord to intervene.
Yes.
They're good. They both got 3 kids. They get to have their own little Brady Bunch. They're just 2 regular people.
Yes.
They're a good couple. So hopefully they can work it out. Like, just get, I don't understand how custody, I don't know how it works. So
I had heard that it was something, and it's like you said, I haven't Googled it because I haven't cared, but I was listening to someone or reading something? I can't remember where. And they made it seem like it was a financial thing with the ex, which makes me think, was she trying to get, like, because Gina's on TV and even though they're not married, like, well, you're with her, so I'm not going to be paying, but like, was it something like that?
Yeah.
Because he has custody, right? He has custody of his kids.
Does he have full custody or
that's a good question. It could be, yeah.
Must be split. I don't think she consented for the kids to be on TV because their faces have to be blurred out.
Oh, that's okay.
What I heard, now I gotta be like Wendy Williams and say allegedly. What I heard is that Travis's ex-wife's family has money, because I don't know. And correct me if I'm wrong here. I don't know what Travis does for a living.
Boom, you brought it back. And so he was kind of getting the money. He don't want to work to get the money from her, right?
Yeah, because I've never seen Travis pop up on my LinkedIn, so I don't know what he does.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And so, okay, so wipe what I just said out the window with the ex. That's right. You just brought it back.
Unemployed men love to latch on to a housewife.
And he not gonna get, and it's gonna make it hard Gina's doing it all and he's getting supplemental from his ex. Yep. Okay. Got you. Yes, that's right. Thanks. See, you brought it back. Okay. Well, like you said, Gina and Travis, y'all are on the prayer list. We're
You're
getting
on the
to
prayer list, but you're on the prayer list, but you're not on the care list because we don't.
Yeah. And now we get to the pièce de résistance of the show. We get to Katie's house. She's tasting a drink. It's not good. She says maybe we should we drink Heather champagne that she gave us? And I watched it a couple times. She never said if did she ever say if Heather was invited? Because when we get to Emily and Shane's house, as they're showing different people, Shane was like, is Heather going to be there? And Emily said no, because she doesn't acknowledge Katie and it's really awkward. So I was wondering, did she invite Heather and Heather said no because of Terry's surgery or because they don't talk?
You know what? I don't remember if she actually invited her.
That's what I was thinking. She must not have, right?
I know, because like there's always so much going on. And so it's like we can't get every little thing. But I don't remember if Katie actually invited her. And I feel like maybe she did. I feel like I do remember her talking to her husband about, I don't know. And maybe Heather was able to use the surgery as an excuse not to come. Because if it was couples, I would think that she maybe would invite
right
and Terry, but I don't know if she actually did.
I mean, then Emily's comment.
Do you like Katie?
I think she's funny. I think she would make a great housewife. I love that she gets involved. She's very pretty.
I like her outfits.
Me too. I just get Karen vibes about her. And it's probably from the story that I read, about the lawsuit against her, with the judgment against her, because basically a guy was driving on a highway, and I would say alleged, but it's all in documents. I've read the story. The guys come out, but she was riding on from the guy's perspective, he was riding on the highway and drove past Katie and saw her texting, and he looked at her, shook his head and kept going. She followed him off the highway to his home in his driveway, blocked him in, got out of her car. Her kids were in the car and starts yelling. He started filming her. So she called the police and said that there was a man that was not allowing her to leave where she was. The police showed up, and even though she was blocking him, the car immediately took him down to the ground, all this other stuff. He had to get a lawyer. Eventually, they realized that it was him and not her. He got $100,000 judgment against her.
My mind is blown right now. I have no idea about that. Like, you're rocking my world right now. I'm gonna have to put a pin in that.
I'll send you the article.
Please do, because I didn't even know about that. Damn, Katie Karen?
Katie, and I was like, Katie. And then listen, I didn't like what she did with Heather in the beginning, but I was going to give her a pass because it's like, girl, this ain't the way to go. But
yeah, but she was just trying to like make her mark on the show. She's new. I get it. It's not a good deal. Were the paparazzi pictures staged? Yes, Heather, they were. Did you personally call up, hi, paparazzi, we'll be at Disneyland today? No, but maybe your publicist did, or Terry's publicist, and it's fine because you're a fame whore, and that's fine. That's a quality we actually love in a housewife. So that's fine, So don't try to make Katie feel like she's just so bad. Like, just move on, okay?
Yes. Side note, I apologize. I thought I muted myself when I was coughing. I hit the button on my mic, child. I looked at the screen and said, it's not muted. So,
no, I didn't even, I was so busy running my mouth.
No, so I understand, move on. But like, let's not keep bringing it up. But then a part of me was like, okay, let me ask you. Okay. Do you think she's lying about Gina telling her? Because Gina said that she called her back days later. So are you admitting to telling her to talk about it on camera? Or is Gina trying to say, no, I told her to talk about it with Heather? Like, something does seem kind of like, because Katie did seem kind of like, well, wait, Gina, you told me to.
Well, now that you've told me this other piece of information about Katie, I'm looking at Katie now. I'm just like, who are you? Can I believe anything you say? Like, what's really going on here? Because Katie's also got she was a young mom. Like, she's got I don't know. I mean, I'm not judging her for being a young mom, but you know, I don't know. Now I'm like, I might need to like dig into Katie a little bit more and like see what's really going on. Because like I didn't really buy it too when she was like, my friend is the head of paparazzi. I was like, what is that even? Like that's not
right.
like there's, you know, so I don't know. Something about it seemed weird. Yeah, and I know that she is good friends with Sutton.
Yes. So it's like I just felt like she wanted it'd be the one thing, the paparazzi thing, but then she would, to me, she was dragging it like, oh, you act like you didn't know me. It's like everybody does research on the new girl that's going to be on your cast. Like that is nothing.
Yeah, and people ask around, oh, do you know her?
Yes, I would too.
Yeah, everybody does that. So I don't know. I'm still deciding. I think she's pretty.
Me too.
Her and her husband, I guess,
I feel like I liked her husband. There was something about him that seemed very sweet.
Yeah, he does seem like a sweet, normal dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, nothing against their kid, but I'm like, why the hell y'all name him Bandon? What kind of name is Bandon?
Is that his name? When he said, see, I have faded out then on on her kid scenes with the names because I thought that was Matt's nickname for him. I was like, oh, that's cute.
I think on his birth certificate it says Bandon, which I'm like, what is that? It's like, is that short for like abandon? I don't know. Like, what's Bandon? I don't know. But people give their kids some interesting names these days. So on, girl. Right. Yeah. Okay, Bandon. You go, Bandon.
Come on.
But, or maybe she meant Brandon. Maybe she was really out of it after she gave birth. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting that they didn't get married until he was 44. That's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and then he works at the Golf Channel. I was like, okay, I don't know how much they make at the Golf Channel. Apparently, they do well.
But, right, but come on, and okay, yeah. Matt.
I know. I'm like, I need to learn to play golf.
So she tells him, "Oh, they're on their way." By the way, Eddie and Ryan aren't getting along, and he was like, "Oh, you're just telling me now." We see Emily and Shane arrive, Tamara and Eddie, Jen and Ryan. What did you make of Ryan trying to hug Eddie and Eddie being like, "Nope"?
I don't know. There's something about Eddie.
Something that, yeah.
There's something about him that I don't know. And I'm just like, dude, I didn't like, I felt like Eddie was trying to create a moment because it's like, I don't think, well, I don't know. Ryan did, okay. Because Ryan, when he said that everything he heard about Eddie and Tamara was not good, you know, I don't think that's necessarily like talking about Eddie as a businessman.
Well, I didn't think that either. I thought it was just like, oh yeah, I didn't take it for the business wise either.
Yeah, and I mean, I just thought Eddie, I do think he was being, to quote Jen Aiden, a little bitch boy. Sorry. I think he was just being like, I was like, what are you doing? Just shake the man's hand or just be like, huh? Like, you don't have to be like, nope. Like,
or get into it for real, because fast forwarding, I agree with Ryan's point and was like, if I had heard someone say this about to me, if someone had said to me what you're claiming they said about me and wanting to date your wife, I would have pulled you aside. So Eddie, at that point, when Ryan came in and he gave him the hug, you're not going to hug me? Nah, man, because you be on these podcasts. Like, because clearly it bothers you. And maybe it doesn't, but if it's stopping you from the things you're saying, I would have been like, nah, because you've been on these podcasts. We cool. Or something.
Yeah. Or something. Make light of it.
Yeah.
Because Eddie, you know who you're married to.
Yes.
So if people come after you, it's just residual or your collateral damage off of your wife. That's what it is. If there's anybody you need to be not hugging, it's your old green-faced wife. Her face healed. Her face isn't green anymore. Her face did heal, but she needed to get something done to her arms. In the interview chair, I was like, ew, scales. Her arms look just as scaly. I'm like, what's really going on? But I always say, when you're a bad person, God is going to attack your skin. He's going to make your skin age. He's just going to dehydrate all your molecules.
You just going to go on.
He's going to have to just dehydrate you. So, I just thought Eddie was, he was just kind of being like a little BITCH. Like, be a man. Be a man. A man could just say, just a little, you ain't got to shake his hand hard. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, and keep it moving.
Just keep it moving. Or if you're going to address it for real. Don't just try to be, like, I don't know. There's something about Eddie.
And so then we get Tamara telling Emily, did you see what Ryan said to Eddie or Eddie said to Ryan? And Emily says, yeah, if someone was going in on me, basically, Shane, I would feel the same way. You don't think that's how Jen and Ryan felt with Tamra standing right there?
That's why I'm like, Emily, shut up.
Like, shut up. Like, I want.
Because I don't care. You, Emily is so messy.
Yeah.
I don't like that. And she's just sitting back like, ooh, she loves it.
Yeah.
I didn't like how Emily was stirring the pot. I'm like, I don't know.
Speaking of stirring, those drinks, when Tamara went to get the drinks, this pissed me off because I felt like it was fake. You knew that you was spilling out that glass.
Yeah.
The way it was pouring out, it's not because it's not one thing. Like it wasn't just a splash. It was splash. And I'm like, there she go with her shtick, like doing something. And that to me, that's that sloppy, messy, like I would be ready to put somebody out of my house. Like, okay, you're doing the most.
You got to know how to act. Yeah. Like, yeah, Emily and Tamra both. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the trailer park. Like, I've lived in a trailer too, but at my trailer park, we acted right. We had manners.
You didn't piss in the grass or concrete?
No, we did not pee in the bushes. Hello, no. Because I said it on the air one time about like, I was like, what's up with Emily peeing in bushes? I was like, where was Emily raised? Somebody DM'd me because they come to Emily's defense. Oh my gosh.
Girl, and we know.
People come to their defense. Well, Emily did have a rough childhood. I'm like, so did my mama. But my mama don't pee in nobody's bushes.
Come on, say it.
Come on, like Emily's childhood is no rougher than all of us had rough childhoods in the 80s and the 90s. Are you kidding me? All of our childhoods were rough back then. Our parents didn't know any better. They were doing the best they could.
And we wasn't pissing outside. Just like I'm gonna say, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Effie, we all got pain.
Exactly.
So to say she had a rough childhood, but see, here's the thing. If we're going to go that route and allow her triggers to explain away her behavior, then we got to do it for all of them. Across the board. So guess what? Heather was raised to be the way she is.
Yep.
So guess what? You know what I'm saying? So if we're going to make an allowance for Emily, then we need to make an allowance for all of them.
Childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Like, we all got it, girl.
Yeah.
Like, at a certain age, you got to get a therapist.
Come on. Because to me, it's not enough. People used to be like, people need to be more self-aware. It's not enough to be self-aware anymore because you could be walking around. Yeah, I'm self-aware and yeah, I'm still going to be me. So if you're unwilling to, you acknowledging you have an issue and having the resources to fix it and not doing it, your self-awareness means nothing.
It means nothing because you're not having any growth. Where's your growth? Yes. I say it all the time because I like to see the housewives grow. I like to see them grow, like because they're all women, and I like to see women doing well, you know. So yeah, like Emily, I'm just not a fan of hers. Like I think she's pretty, and when I've met her, she's nice. But yeah, like I don't like her behavior. Like and I don't like it, and I don't like how I think she's so mean and so nasty. And then I think she's like a little miniature. Well, not miniature. She like a big Tamra.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You just a big Tamra. That's all you are, Emily.
I feel like she went to the other side because, you know, she's got a podcast with Teddy. And now it's like, I'm going to be a part of the cool kids.
Okay. Somebody quit giving Teddy a podcast mic. Didn't Kev on stage say the podcast mic need to be $1 million? I agree. Because why? Why?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I love John Cougar Mellencamp, but I'm like, I do not need to hear nothing his child got to say ever. Like, why? No.
And they're so hypocritical. It's like, girl.
Like, girl, please, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. But I mean, clearly, they're on iHeartMedia.
Yeah. So they're doing something. Yeah. Then we see what's her name? Emily get upset about the Heather thing. I can't even because I almost fast forwarded. I was like, I'm tired. And she brought up the size 12 again. So it's like, it's interesting. Like that really bothers you. So moving on from that.
And there's nothing, all the size 12s out there. Ain't nothing wrong with being a size 12.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
size 12, give them hell.
I love that. And then we get to Tamra. She brings up, it's interesting. I just want to go back and say this one line, then I'll tell you why. When Eddie tells Matt not to serve Tamara. Okay. And then I'll tell you why that stuck out to me.
Okay.
Then Tamara brings up the butthole. Then she brings up Alexis. That was before Emily, but it's like, okay, girl, we get it. Then they blame Alexis for not allowing Emily and Heather to have a conversation. I blame Emily because she brought it up in front of everybody. And then after making a spectacle, wanted to pull Heather to the side. Now you don't get to talk to me after you did all that.
No. If it really hurt, if one of my friends really hurts me, I'm just going to call them. Or if we're filming a show, we'll film a lunch and we'll just talk about it one-on-one. Emily wants to make a scene. Like, I don't know what her deal is. And also, Emily, if you don't start sharing your life,
come on,
you're out too. Because I think we could use a little cast shakeup in OC right now. Because I feel like Emily's always like just chiming on to other people's stuff. What's going on in your household? What's going on at The Simpsons?
Yeah.
What's going on in your house?
Yeah. That was good. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, like she's all like, yeah, I'm actually like, I'm just like, come on, Emily. Like, I don't know. I'm just not feeling her.
Me neither.
Yeah, not feeling it.
And then Tamara brings up the butt dial. I felt like that was, I forgot to bring it up earlier in the episode. I thought that was trash. That was so trash. Even if the producers tell her to keep rolling, I would have. And then, or if you're going to keep rolling, when Shannon says hello, for you not to say hello back, but to hang up, I was like, that was so trash, like for her to do that.
Okay, we've all been butt dial, okay?
Yes.
And especially if I get a butt dial and my friend's going through something, I'm going to at least be like, hey, girl, it's, hey, girl, it's me. You know what I mean? Like,
yes. Or hang up and text something.
Tamara, everything she does is for the show.
Yes.
Because, and how do you know that? Because her and Jen thought that Tamara was her friend. Jen really thought Tamara was her friend. She was like, let's bury everything from last season. Because I'm looking at Jen like, girl, you better than me. Because after what Tamara did last season, every scene she did with me, I would be like, hi, you ugly, fugly bitch. That's why your daughter don't talk to you. Every scene, they would be like, please stop, Miss Tooks. Please stop. Because I would bring it up every day.
Listen.
Every day. I'll be like, oh, I'm just on the phone with my mom. You know? Like, so I'm like, Jen, you are real good.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't get it because she do too much for me.
To me, that was such a violation I felt for Shannon. To hear that, to hear her raw like that in that moment, it was just like.
I really hope, because Shannon, like Vicky and Tamara, they go back and forth. But I feel like Vicky is really through with Tamara. I feel
that's what I was wondering. Do you think
with Tamara?
Okay.
We had, because I had Christian Snow on.
Yes, love Christian.
I love Christian. He's got his podcast with Vicky right now.
Yes.
And I asked him, I was like, so are Vicky and Tamara cool? He was like, no.
Yeah,
I would not say they are cool. And I feel like everything Vicky says is valid, because here's the deal. If anybody else in the cast was having issues with their kids, Tamara would bring it up.
Yes.
Goes below the belt any chance she gets. But so I'm like, I'm giving you back what you give me every time.
Every time. If
you're going below the belt on me, I'm going beneath your toenails on you.
Yes.
Every time.
Every
time. You ain't getting no rest if I'm in the room. Like, if I was Jen Petrani, I wouldn't let Tamara wouldn't be able to get a sip. She wouldn't be able to get a bite of food. Because I'll be like, your son is unemployed. Your son's a loser.
Insurrectionist.
I would be like, where's Simon? Simon, come film a scene with me. Like, if I was Shannon, I would get Simon. I would get Ryan, baby mama. I'm like, you got to fight garbage with garbage.
Yeah, because
if you're
does the most
garbage, I'm about to recycle you and throw you in the landfill. Like, so
you wouldn't, like you said, if I'm in the room, it's on and popping. Well, then she talks to Ryan, but then she brings up, because we'll just finish this episode here. She ends because Shannon was in bed with Archie. Anyway, so moving on. Then
Stay with Shannon. If you're listening, baby, the only man you need in your life is Archie.
Yeah, you need to go ahead, heal, and just think about yourself right now. Yeah.
Come to the Black church and get hands laid.
Yes, and some oil.
You need oil.
I thought it was funny when Shane asked Tamara if she recorded the butt dial. I thought that was funny because Shane knows. And then Tamara says, can we talk about the elephant in the room? And I think it was Emily or somebody was like Ryan and Eddie. And she turns it all on Eddie when she called him, you're the bitch. I was like, and she said that twice before somebody finally said something. The way now your man got to get it too. Oh, now,
I'm looking at Jen like, Jen, I love you. You are so sweet, but girl, don't be afraid to get hood. Do not. Like, there's no way.
You got to go gutter.
You got to go down to the gutter.
Invoke your inner Candace Diller Bessette. That's why I used to love Candace, because people would be like, she goes too far, but y'all never say anything. Y'all always talk about her response. Yeah, she's responding. You don't get to dictate my response to you. You don't get to dictate that.
I'm very Candy Burris. Don't start now.
Won't be. I used to tell my kids when they were younger, if you start something, be prepared for what you might get back. And I used to tell them, you can't throw a pebble at somebody and then be mad if they throw a boulder back. You made the choice to start with them. You, like you said, it's going to come. Listen, my mom, my mama Sharon, my great-grandma Maddie, my great-great-grandmom Alberta, and every Walker/Lewis that came before me, you getting all of that.
All of it. Every ounce of my ancestors.
And when Jen was like, do it again.
And I rise up. Yeah, no. Yeah, Jen was just so calm. I was like, I would have been flying across the table. Speaking of Candace Diller Bassett, I would have had a butter knife in my hand.
Listen, I would have cut you so quick with my words, and it may not even have to be a 4-letter word like the word I'm going to cut you to the quick with your tea. Like when Giselle said, I'm gonna spill your drunk truth, your lying truth. I'm telling everything.
Everything. I would have talked about her hot box. I would have talked about everything.
Listen, I could not believe the way she was talking, and everything she said when they played the clip of the podcast, it has been disproven.
Oh my gosh. Wait, can we just, because I really don't like her son, Ryan. Okay, so Jen's Ryan, whatever he said about Ryan, first of all, Ryan's like 40, okay? Don't sit here and talk about my kids, because your kids don't talk to you. Your 40-year-old son, Ryan, whatever he gets, he deserves, because anything he has going on in life is because of this show. If he's getting brand sponsorships or if he has a following, it's because of this show. Yeah. So if he does catch a little bit here and there, he deserves it. And he's 40.
And the fact all he said was worry about your Ryan. Yeah, Ryan, worry about it. By the way,
I say that all the time. I always say, you worry about the wrong Ryan. You need to be worried about your son, Ryan, who is a farmhand. He is. His resume says farmhand. He not even Old McDonald. He Old McDonald's assistant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's the one in the background saying E-I-E-I-O.
E-I-E-I-O. He's the background. Yes. Yeah. Like I could not believe. Well, I mean, I could believe. And then when Jen was talking, I do think Jen continuing to talk to Eddie got under camera's skin. Plus, she did it for a moment when she was like, I respected you so much, Eddie. And Eddie sat there wrapped up in that blanket. Mm-hmm. Girl, when Tamara stomped out and looked dead at the camera.
And I love how Eddie did not follow her.
He did not follow her. And then Ryan, in his confessional, says, Tamara takes anybody who's happy and tries to railroad them because she's miserable. Her marriage is a sham. Eddie is soft. He's unemployed. When others are doing well and real love is being shown, she can't handle it because it's everything she doesn't have. I said, my God, on today.
Ryan, he should put that on a scroll. He needs Andy to scroll. He needs to write that in calligraphy and send it to Tamara along with the lawyer letter.
With the lawyer letters being sent. I said he ended her.
Put that on a scroll because he's absolutely right.
Yeah.
And I believe him. When he said Eddie was soft, when a man
I said,
calls another
oh,
man soft, I believe it.
I said, oh, when he said he don't have a job, I said, oh.
Soft and unemployed in the same breath? What's going on? What's going on, Eddie Judge?
Said, he didn't say boom, 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 and just fired off.
He fired off. He's done. He took a cannon and said, boom.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. You're right. He didn't even fire individually.
It was the American Revolution. He took one musket and said, boom, you're done.
And that was it.
And that was it. And honestly, yeah, Eddie, you looking real soft and unemployed right now, baby. You looking soft. And Tamra, you looking alone, marching out of there, stumbling, drunk. You know, I think you're an alcoholic. You're an alcoholic. You know what I'm saying?
Why you sound like Eddie Kane? You got me an alcoholic.
Because I had 2, maybe 3 drinks. What that made me an alcoholic.
My favorite movie, The 5 Heartbeats.
I love that's my second favorite movie of all time. But my first is Purple Rain. The 5 Heartbeats. Love the 5 Heartbeats. Can quote it all day long.
I'm coming to visit you, and I'm spending when I spend the night, we are watching the 5 Heartbeats, and we are reenacting
the whole
thing.
The
scenes. Yeah, the whole thing.
Chicken tenders in the air fryer. I got barbecue sauce, ranch, honey mustard. Don't you worry.
All of them. But yeah,
I was so proud of Ryan. I like Ryan. Whatever his dealings are, I kind of don't care because I like him. I think he reminds me a little bit of Slade Smiley, which isn't good, but I still like him. And over the weekend, I don't know if you saw on social media that him, Jen, and Ryan double date with Gretchen and Slade. But Gretchen and Slade have been a victim of Tamra too.
Yes.
So yeah. I'm like, give me the Tamra takedown. Where's the Tamra takedown?
Like, y'all need to stand up to her. Y'all keep letting her go. Like, the fact that it took for her to call that man out his name twice, for somebody else, for Emily and him to say Tamra, when if that was anybody else. See, if I had been Jen's friend, you need to watch it. Jen, you better tell her to watch her mouth. Yeah. You gonna let her tell her. I know, girl, I would have read her. I know you not sitting up here with your man wrapped up in a blanket looking at you like he'd rather be anywhere else but here, maybe plotting on his next job, filling out his next job application. That's what you gonna call my man. Girl, I would see.
I would be like, why are you here when you should be submitting your resume out?
You need to ask Ryan, is he hiring?
You need to ask Ryan because Ryan's fine. Like, I don't care what Ryan does for a living because Ryan's fine. I don't think Ryan's having any financial hardships. I feel like, and I think Ryan's family may have had some money or something like that. I mean, I think he did like real estate, you know, so he's fine. When Jen needed a place to stay, Ryan said, baby, come on home, which is great.
Was he a bookie? Is that the whole thing? I got to look into that. I don't know.
I don't know. If he was a bookie, hey, I got a lot of criminals in my family. I don't mind if you're a criminal. Just be nice. Just be a nice person. I don't care if you're a criminal.
And just don't steal from the elderly. The
elderly. I'm not letting you to have my social. Don't ask for my social.
I got this investment, sis. No, ma'am. No, sir. I'm good. Thanks. Thanks.
I'm dead. But yeah, no. I was glad that somebody finally.
Yeah.
Emily. You're just lucky. The only reason Emily doesn't go after Tamra is because Tamra doesn't bother Emily. But Tamra's so busy right now, she can just bother Shannon and Jen.
Yes.
So she doesn't have to bother anybody else. So everybody else is like, well, as long as it's not me. But it's like, no, don't let her get away with this.
Because it's going to come around back to you.
It is. And especially when she is who she is, it's so easy to read Tamra. I mean, reading Tamra is hooked on phonics. Like, are you kidding me?
Girl.
Like, I would be reading her all day long. You can read her with your eyes closed. A blind person can read her with Braille. Like, give me a break. Like, she's so easy to read. Like, she's
a walking read.
Trash. She's trash.
Well, speaking of, so they end her. She stomps out and stomps her way right into Andy's inbox to cry / complain / try to tell on LaKendra because of LaKendra's recaps on OC. Because y'all know Kendra is on Reality Check, and that's under Radio Andy. So Andy is like the manager pretty much. And she thought she was
speak to the manager.
Come on, let us know what happened. I know. I saw the videos. Y'all have to check out LaKendra's Instagram, which I'm gonna put all of the links in. And that call you did pretending to be her. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Let's just start. Okay. Now on my show, which I've been told, like, you're like, be opinionated. We don't want you to come there and you don't have to be nice. You like, be opinionated, be who you are, which is great. And everybody, all of my coworkers, they love what I do. They love what I'm doing. All my bosses, they are part of the candidate group. Every candidate, they are tuned in because they want to have a good laugh and they want to have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Including Andy. So I did not even know, but then I had some of my, on my show, we have live callers.
Yes.
Somebody called in and said, LaKendra, I don't know if you heard, but Tamra is tattling to Andy about you. And they said that Tamra, on her little stupid podcast that nobody listens to, that Tamra said that, Andy's looking into it. Trying to make it seem like she has any pull at Radio Andy, girl, please.
Wow.
You don't have any pull at Radio Andy. First of all, when this was all happening, Andy was on vacation. Andy was in the Hamptons, literally reading Shelley Winter's autobiography, having a gay old time in the Hamptons, hanging out with his children. So I know he was probably like, I'm about to put her back on pause. Because why is she bothering me while I'm on vacation? Like,
right.
He's trying to hang out with his children. So I don't like for her to sit there and be like, oh, Andy's looking into
Put out a narrative like she likes to do.
Like, you have pull to get me in trouble. And then apparently it's like, okay, like, I host on Wednesdays. There's another girl that hosts on Mondays. Dorinda hosts on Tuesdays. So apparently she slid into the girl that hosts on Monday. She slid into her DM and thought it was her. So I guess she got her black girls confused.
Girl.
I'm like, if you want to slide into my DMs, they're open. Slide on in, baby girl, because there's nothing that I say about anybody on my show that I would not say to their face. Because everything I do is fun shade. Maybe I am a little bit mean sometimes, but again, this is not church chat, okay?
Yeah,
You guys, these housewives, they're terrible people. So if I want to talk some smack, I will. And also, I'm a comedian. So everything I say, my tongue is always in my cheek. Everything I say is fun shade. I don't go down to the gutter. And so then fast forward, she goes on Watch What Crappens with my friends, Ronnie Karam and Ben Mandela Carr, and says that I called her an effing whore. Which is a lie. I never called her an effing whore because, first of all, she's not pretty enough to be a whore. Let's be real. Who's paying for that? You know what I'm saying? Most people pay her to leave. What's the opposite of a whore? Maybe I called her that. The girl that the men pay to please leave. So, and also, I don't think there's anything wrong with being a whore. If there's any whores out there, be a whore. I don't care if you're a whore. I think sex work is valid,
That's the episode title.
So I would never call someone an effing whore. I don't talk like that. I probably did call her a bad mom. She is. If your kid don't talk to you, you might not be a good mom. Sorry. Now that's just the truth. And what really I don't like, because I think it's actually sad. If her daughter's not talking to her, I actually do pray that they reconcile, because I think every daughter needs their mom.
Yes.
However, if your mom is trash, you do have to set boundaries.
Yes.
And her daughter asked her, please, I've asked my mom. Her daughter had a little thing that she, like a little note that she posted 2 years ago. She said, I have asked my mom not to talk about me. And she continues to talk about her. And with her daughter that does speak to her, that is on the show with her right now, she tries to bring up her other daughter, with that daughter. And that daughter's like, Mom, stop. Which I'm like, good girl, baby girl. Get her together, because don't try to use your kids who have asked you not to talk about them. Don't try to use them for a storyline, and don't try to use them for sympathy, especially when you're out here acting like such gutter. Because I guarantee you, if that daughter was thinking, oh, today's the day I might reconcile with my mom, don't let her turn on Bravo, because she probably see you screaming across the table at somebody and say, never mind.
Never mind. And not only that, when that daughter that didn't talk to her, when she invited her to the graduation, she asked her specifically not to post pictures. Tamra posted the pictures, and her defense, she said, well, people were telling me I wanted to prove that basically people were taunting me about my daughter. So you couldn't just swallow it and let people, you posted the pictures when she asked you not to.
Asked you not to. That tells me you don't care.
You don't care,
And
yeah.
that's unfortunate because I mean, I love my mama. I have a great mom. There is
Me
nothing
too.
in the world. If I said, Mom, if me and my mom were having a rift, and I said, Mom, all you got to do is A, B, and C, so that we can start working it out. She would do A through Z to reconcile with me, as I would with her, because that's my mom, and she's a mama first, as a real mother is. A real mother is always a mother. First and foremost.
Yep.
Being a mom comes before a show, comes before a check, comes
Anything.
before. And so I respect the mothers who are real moms.
Yeah.
And I could tell that she ain't no mama. She just was an egg donor. That's it, an egg donor and a carrier. And which there's nothing wrong with that too.
Yeah.
but yeah. Like,
don't try to use it as sympathy and try to squeeze out a tear when we can see.
We can see you. We can see why this young woman has chosen not to talk to you. And I don't blame her. And young lady, if you're listening and you need an auntie, call Auntie Kendra, baby girl. I will be there for you because I feel bad for her. As a young woman, I feel bad for her that she doesn't have a mother that she can trust. You know?
Yes, that she can right, because it'll be on the show, which goes back to Tamra. We get it. We know that these housewives may set scenes for the shows, may do different things, but I don't like to feel like I'm watching you literally punch a time card and like you're setting it up. At least make me believe that it could be real. And the way Tamra goes about it, I just can't believe
all her scenes where her daughter feels so forced.
So forced. Instead of just letting them happen naturally and not like. We may see a softer side of Sears, but you continue to try to bring up her dad and her sister when she's asked you not to talk about them.
And even I'm like, Tamra, if you're not careful, you're gonna lose this one too.
I was thinking about that too. I was like,
because I would be like, I know my mama knows if she's mad at my brother, don't try to call me talking negative about my brother. That's my brother. Can't nobody talk about my brother but me. But not even you, mama. Don't try to call me talking about my brother. I'm a defender. And she's like, you always defending him. That's my brother.
That's your brother, right?
Baby, you can't be talking about him. Now I can talk about him. I can call him every N-word. I can call him everything. That's my brother. Okay?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand where her daughters are coming from. And I wish, it's like, girl, what's going on in your life?
Yes.
What's going on in your life?
That's been your story for years.
What are you doing now? Like, okay, you close cut fitness. You've got your other bit. Let's see that. Let's see something. Because right now you're just coming across like a mean old lady.
Yes.
And it's not cute for you. Because I mean, I think Tamara's a bit, she was pretty. That's why she's mad at Jen. Because she wants to be the hottest housewife in the OC. And she's not. At all. She certainly, listen, Jen is hot. And I know that's why, that's got Tamara hot. She's hot over how hot Jen is.
Over how hot Jen is. I could see that. I could definitely see that.
That's why she went and got that procedure done. She was like, can you help
me? Snatch me back. Right. But I just can't. The fact that she literally tried to put out a narrative that Andy was handling you and then went and lied. Which is like when she was telling Ryan about the whole Eddie thing, and this is what the friend said about you, it absolutely happened. I remember thinking, I don't trust anything Tamara says.
No, she's a liar. She's a liar. She's an embellisher. And by the way, if I had I'd be honest with you right now, girl. Like, had I gotten in trouble, I would be like,
you would have said it. Yes.
And I'm the one that reached out and said, I'm sorry that you have to even deal with this idiot. And honestly, my bosses told me, you're doing amazing. Keep doing what you're doing.
And yet oh my gosh.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Or like Dorinda said, liar, liar, hoe on fire.
Liar, liar, hoe on fire. Liar, liar, hoe on fire. And she also said that I called her a piece of SHIT. And I'm like, I don't even really talk like that. Like, I don't, like, black folks don't say POS. We don't say that.
We don't say, we don't.
Black folks don't even talk like that. I don't say that, like, yeah, I'm like, I did say some really mean things about her son.
He's an insurrectionist, deserved.
And if he wants to go toe to toe, bring it, because I have a job. Okay. But yeah, no, I just didn't like that. And also, like, what I didn't like too is I don't like the entitlement. I don't like the entitlement to think that, oh, you're going to talk about me. Well, I'm going to go and tell on you. Like,
yes,
you can do that you have the power to do that. And also, it's not like I'm the only one that talks about you, girl. She went on Watch What Crappens. They talk about her just the same as I do. So I'm like, what's the difference? Why is it okay for them to talk about you, but you got a problem when I do it?
I mean,
back of my neck like this a little too
much. Because you got some melanin in your skin.
That what it is? Are you jealous? You jealous because my ain't no crow's feet around these eyes. Is that what you mad about?
Listen.
Well,
and the fact is,
God can't bless you because you being too ugly and mean.
If she uses the excuse, well, I get paid for it. Well, so do you.
So I do. But here's the deal. I do it for free because I don't like you, Tamara. I talk about you for free. I talk about you at my internship because I don't like you.
Because I don't like you. If I hear one more word, I told you, I'm jumping in. I'm like, oh, I'm reading you down to your sweat socks, your drawers and your sweat socks, because what you not get ready to do.
No weapon formed against me has ever prospered. So
amen.
I wish.
And she better be careful.
She better be careful. I wish her well. I pray for her because I'm like, girl, you better watch out. God don't like you messing with his child. God don't like that. So I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna put her on the prayer list too. I'm gonna put her on the sick and shut in list.
I was yes.
She look a little sick and shut in to me.
Oh my, that is just so crazy. I am so glad that they told you keep doing what you do.
I'm very grateful.
And it's almost like, oh, you asked for it, girl. Okay.
Yeah. I'm very, very grateful that because when you have a lot to say,
yes,
sometimes people try to stifle you, but I feel very fortunate at my job. They've been really kind to me. They're like, I came out the gate. I like my first week there, I was like, and I was like, and they were like, great. They were like, we love it. Do your thing. They really gave me the freedom to just be myself. And I have a relationship with my team that if I did something wrong, they would just come to me and say, LaKendra, hey, please don't do that. And I'd be like, oh my God, okay. And that's it.
And she's out. And she's out here trying to use her platform to straight up lie on you.
Trying to lie on me. Girl, bye. Don't try to lie on don't try to lie on me. Don't try to lie on this when you like me.
Oh my gosh, LaKendra. Oh my, this has been so much fun. Listen, I could be here for another hour with the dragation of Emily and Tamara. I'm gonna call them Temily from now on.
I know, because I used to call Gina and Emily Jimily, but now it's Timily.
Timily. I'm gonna need you to say that on your shout out to Timily.
I'm gonna say that. Timily.
Shout out to Timily.
Big old mean. Like, quit being mean. And Shannon, Shannon is entitled. Like, tell us something we don't know.
Yes.
But, leave her alone. Just leave Shannon alone. I mean, I would have a really rough time if my man's new Jesus juggy woman came to my job. I would not like that.
And not even came to your job on some whole, I'm trying to be on the show, came to on some, I'm here to avenge his name. And that's the part.
Because Johnny J, you trash too. I'm looking at Shannon like, Shannon, ain't your daddy still alive? You need to have your daddy go knock on his door. Sometimes I just call my dad. And I said, Dad, can you, he'll be like, I know, I already know. My dad's very intuitive with me. My dad would have been knocking on Johnny J's door. I'm here for Johnny J. You want to be Johnny J so bad? Come out and be Johnny J then. Come like Shannon, you need to call your cousins from around the way.
Somebody.
Black, white, or indifferent. Everybody got some cousins from around.
Yeah.
Everybody. Come on now. I know you got a couple cousins back.
Child, she's privileged. She has lawyers.
I guess so. Call somebody, girl.
But they ain't ruthless enough.
I know, because look, you ain't about to do Johnny J. Don't try that with a sister. Don't do that now, Johnny J.
Because Alexis would have got swung every which way but loose, and that don't even mean physical.
No, and I'm just so mad because Alexis isn't bad. Well, I don't know, because I'm looking at her. I'm like, who's the fame whore between John?
Yes, well, yeah, that's the thing. Because I want
publicity. Because why would People Magazine pick it up? It's everything is a PR stunt. People Magazine. I'm sure they do have their little team, breaking news, but they have a PR team that works with somebody's PR team, and that's how they got that story. So I'm not buying it. And to not accept the money, I'll say this, and then I know we got to go.
No, but that's cool. Say it.
Not accept the money, but so you can still be able to disparage her. Alexis, for you to call yourself a Christian, girl.
Come on.
That's not Christian-like at all. Now, if I was Alexis, I would be like, babe, just take the money and let's go live our fabulous life together. I don't need this show. Like, why? She said that he was going to pay her salary. So why are you here?
Exactly.
Your money.
And
you just be on TV.
For her to say, he doesn't think it's right for her to have this platform. She hasn't been talking about him. She had a whole meltdown when the other ladies brought up on camera what she shared in private.
Yes, that's good point. Shannon she never outed him.
No.
She protected him.
Yes, she did.
Shannon, you made a lot of mistakes. We all have. Okay, so I'm not judging her.
Come on.
Lord, you don't want to know who I used to date back in my day. Oh,
girl,
you want to talk about my testimony?
God is a keeper.
The Lord delivered me, because I used to really date some terrible people. I don't even know. I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking? But yeah, God don't like ugly. That's all I can say in this situation.
And it's definitely gone too far. So with that being said, I'm ready for the next episode.
I'll be watching. We'll be watching, having a snack, having a cocktail, smoking the vape, watching a second of it.
Kendra, please let everybody know where they can find you. And also, I told Kendra she's got to come back for Salt Lake City.
Oh,
and Potomac, actually. Potomac is coming, so.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. The Potomac trailer did not excite me.
It didn't excite me at all either.
The Salt Lake City girlies, I love my Salt Lake City girlies. Love. We are trying to get some Salt Lake City girlies over on Reality Check. We're working on it. I'm having my people call their people, because I love all the girls on Salt Lake City. I love them all for different reasons.
Yes, I love that. Well, can you let everybody know again where they can find you, what day? And I'm going to have all of Kendra's things in the bio. I mean, in the bio, Lord, in the episode description.
Yes, you guys follow me on social media at LaKendra Tooks. I'm trying to get better about posting. I'm of a particular age, okay? Girl. This social media, this algorithm, I'm like, Lord Jesus. I'm like, ow. Mr. Gorilla.
Mr. Gorilla.
Can you help us out? Yes. I'm trying. But yes, and then of course and I will send a link for
please.
Want to get a free, I don't know, some type of free trial on SiriusXM if you don't already have it. But yeah, and if you have the SiriusXM app, you can just search for LaKendra Tooks. Yes. I'm there. We have fun every Wednesday is Ken's Day. And then every other Thursday is Thick Thursday. And this week I am on for Ken's Day and Thick Thursday. So yes,
I love Thick Thursday.
Yes, I love Thick Thursday. We have a good time over on Thick Thursday. Team Thickums. When you're not listening to what else is going on, slide on down over to Ken's Day. You know what I'm saying? We have a good time too. Yes,
we do, y'all. We love us some Kendra. I remember just meeting her years ago on social media, sliding into DMs. She came on. She is amazing. So make sure you go check out the show. Y'all, let us know what y'all thought about the Real Housewives of Orange County. Tamara, what's going on in the social medias with Tamara being served and the messiness, and Shannon and Joel Kim Booster. OC has a show outside of the show.
No, I love it.
Me too.
I love
y'all.
it.
We love y'all so much. Kendra will be back very soon. Look, she don't even know I'm saying very soon, but we're going to figure that out.
And then
very
soon. You have to come visit us for Ken's Day sometimes. You have to.
I'm on the way. Hold on.
Let me get you booked.
Look, you got my headphone. Huh? What you say?
Yes, let me get you booked, girl.
Look, I'm there.
Yes. We're going to get you on too.
Yes. Y'all hear that?
Bitch, I'm worldwide.
I'm worldwide.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh. I'm serious when I say Salt Lake City, because I can't wait. I know that's going to be, I'm excited to talk to you about Salt Lake City. And the fact that you like all the girls, we may disagree on some, but we'll hash it out then.
undergut ensemble cast.
Yes, they are. They are. All right, y'all. On that note, we love y'all. We will talk to y'all later. See ya.